Mm. Good morning. So yeah, I'm gonna take this little minute, man, at work, and man, that sun bright. I'm talking about whoa, extra bright. And so, how many people came up yesterday? I'm gonna just get right to it. How my good people doing? God is awesome. If you're hearing my voice, obviously, you have your senses. You know, everybody ain't blessed to wake up with all of their senses. So if you got all of yours, be grateful, thankful. And so I'm gonna get right to it and ask the question. Um, did you take advantage of the Truth Social tweet? I mean, you can only take advantage of if you know about it and if you're not like if you're not told to disregard or hate everything a certain person says. And so, man, that sun is really, really bright. Probably could have picked a better situation, environment. But I am at work, but I thought it was important to talk about this. And so, because I want you to catch the next one. I don't want you to be caught up into this little hate circle, because the hate circle are the people that's gonna be sitting down listening to everybody else talk about how they took advantage or how they came up in this time period. And so let's get right to it. Donald Trump, he put a hold on the tariffs, and I actually think it was strategic. When you get 70 countries, 60 countries, or whatever the number is, when you get that many people to call you to say, man, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I don't want to do it. I don't want no part of it. You win. Um Man, that sun is not, it's relentless, man. And so yeah, they say let's talk about this. And so at some point yesterday, Donald Trump tweeted that we're gonna put a pause, a 90-day hold on the tariffs. That one truth, I said tweeted, but I meant truth on Truth Social. It probably also turned into a tweet. That one truth, that one tweet from Donald Trump turned people into millionaires. And it turned millionaires into multimillionaires. One man, not me, sorry. One guy, he saw the tweet or he saw the post, he saw the truth, and he took $1.5 million, and within 30 minutes he won. He not won, but he was able to recoup $33 million. So do the math in your own numbers. I myself, within that time period, I was almost able to make $5,000. Almost. That's, I mean, it's nowhere compared to that guy here. But we're talking about a span of a few minutes. We're talking about a span of a few minutes. I don't make $5,000. My job will work me like a mule. You know, I do like my job though. But some people got to work like mules to see $5,000. And guess what? We're not talking about in a week's time. So I'm talking about yesterday, people who are able to take advantage, people who say, even if you don't like him, even if you don't like Trump, my brothers, my sisters, I am telling you, this is what you need to do. Put on your notification, download True Social, or download something, because I don't want nobody to say this dude is actually pitching. No, I'm not pitching for Trump. I'm not pitching for nobody. I'm pitching for you. And so download something to where you can be in the loop, because all it takes 1 minute to make you lose $1,000 or not gain $1,000. 1 minute. 1 minute can be the difference between $300 and $400. Truth. Bottom line. Look how far Amazon has dropped. If you're smart, you will buy you some Amazon right now. Amazon was just $3,000. I mean, like, come on, man. So let's make it make sense. I have any sisters who know me. I have any brothers who know me. You know, pretty serious about a lot of things. What's the thing? Yeah, you know, I'm pretty serious about a lot of things, and my stocks and my crypto is one of them. And so you may also know, and you may also hate Donald Trump or whatever, but I'm telling you, don't let that hate make you miss the dip. What is the dip? The dip is when it goes so low, it's putting it in the range of regular people. The dip is when it's so low that everybody, the bull, the bear, whatever it is, they're buying because it's gonna rise back up. Don't miss the dip. And you missed it if you missed it yesterday. But guess what, my friends? It will come again. I'm telling you, you still have time. That hold is going to be, that tariff hold is going to be 90 days. If I'm you, and I'm not, obviously, uh, I think a good idea is to buy you some stock and watch it for about 80 days. Watch it for about 80 days, including yesterday. So that would be 79 days. And then within that, then over that last 10 days, you want to know, did I get enough? Should I pull? Or is the tariffs going to go back into effect? Or are the tariffs is it going to stay this way? And should I leave it? Because we know if the tariffs go back in effect, it's going to drop. But by that time, you'll be made so much money, depending on how much money you put in. You'll have made that much times 2 or maybe times 3. People who made their money yesterday, I made mine times 5. And that's because I obviously didn't have $1 million to just throw in. So yeah, I didn't do that, but others did. I'm positive that some people were able to make. This guy made 33 million. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that made in the hundreds of millions. I'm pretty sure there's somebody in the same class, economic class as me, that made 50,000, 60,000. I didn't. There are people that made 10,000 easily. We're talking about within a span of 30 minutes, my friends. So I don't want it to sound like I'm rambling. I am on here in good tidings, good cheer, wherever you are. Good tidings. It is. Um, if you missed the dip, if you missed the truth, if you missed the tweet, I'm telling you, missing these tweets can make you right now miss out on a blessing. And somebody gonna say, well, if it's a blessing, I'm gonna get it. Well, God don't force nothing. God don't force nothing. And so, I'm telling you, take advantage of these things while you can. Um, when Donald Trump makes that truth, that post or whatever, if it has nothing to do with stocks and it has nothing to do with you, disregard it. But I'm telling you, if now all of this is according to if you're dealing with the stock market or crypto or anything, because if you're not, then I guess you can easily disregard almost everything I talked about, because that's all I'm talking about this morning. I'm talking about taking advantage, jumping into something really quick. Your hate can make you miss it, but you can still have the hate. Just because you're hating don't mean you can't be smart with your hate. So I'm telling you, the people that like Trump, the haters of Trump, those that want him dead, he's trying to bite the bullet for you. He's trying to bite the bullet for America, but yet and still, they don't want him to bite it. You want him unalived, but you don't want him to bite this bullet that he's biting, because there's so much complaining and crying about it. But if you're listening while the people are telling you to complain, while the Democrats are telling you to lose hope, lose faith, lose be in fear, stay in fear, lose all faith, lose all hope, just stay in doubt and fear. While the Democrats are telling you to do that, I'm telling you, along with a lot of other smart people, don't sit in fear. ACT, act upon what we see happening. Like I said yesterday, I was able to make almost $5,000 within 20 to 30 minutes because of that dip. And to be honest, I would have made more, but I stayed in too long. I'm gonna say that part again. I would have made more, but I stayed in too long. And so, because it went way up because of a post that he made, one thing, and that's what I'm saying. The Democrats are trying to tell y'all, hate everything, hate, 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 hate. Don't Trump is evil. I want you to understand what Trump did over the last week. It didn't hurt poor people. It hurt millionaires. It hurt billionaires. I'm gonna say that part again. What you must understand is 90%, 90% of that market is owned, controlled, shared by billionaires. So when you see it like that, that made an opportunity for me and people like me. That made an opportunity for people making $500,000 a year. That made an opportunity for people making $100,000 a year. That made an opportunity for people making $10,000 a year, $5,000. You didn't have to have no job. If you are paying attention, you could have got in on a piece of the stock market yesterday, whether it was crypto or stocks, and you could have made your money jump times 5 or 10, depending on what you had and depending on what stocks you were hoping on. So stop listening to those who will have you live in fear and say, I'm going to actually embrace that fear. And that embracing can actually, there are blessings in that embracing. And there is nothing wrong with it. You're not marrying Trump. You're not buying Trump stock. You're buying a stock that you probably already had, but you're not listening. And so you didn't know it was a good time to get back on it yesterday, and you missed it. And for about 20 minutes, it stayed the same. It was time to jump in, and then you see where it started going back, going back down. Not down low, but just back down. I mean, it was so high at one point, high in comparison to how low it had got. And a good example was Amazon was about 170. Amazon, $170. And soon as Trump made the post, it went to like 190 almost immediately. And so that is what I'm talking about. If you had, 20 shares in Amazon, you're talking about 20 times 3. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick money. You're sitting on your hands. I'm at work right now. But I like to make money without working. I like to make money while I'm doing what I'm doing now. Just look at my cell phone and go, woo, thank you, Lord. Looks good. Feels better that way. Some people make money while they're just swimming in the pool, backstroking. And so there are ways to do it without actually being on somebody's job, being looked upon as a laborer. I also want to say Mexicans contribute much more to America than picking vegetation, working farms, and working those type of jobs. I just want to give credit to the Mexicans and all the immigrants that helped build America. They bring much more than just farming. Jasmine Crockett. What an insulting person. What an embarrassing person. Yeah, some of y'all might say, yo, she rich. Yeah, I'm glad they're investigating her. Somebody who been in politics for like 3 years already has a $5 million home, a $2 million lake house, and another home that she bought. And some people are so convinced that she is the one. She's convincing sisters and brothers that be like me. Sell out your community. Get rich while you're selling out your own people, and probably pay the price for it down the line. She's under investigation now. I'm not sad about it because she didn't share that with you or me. All she did was sold us out and lied to us. She taking pictures of George Soros. Every politician, don't you realize that George Soros makes sure he finds the black politicians, lines up with them, put the money in their pocket, and the next thing you know, she's not that articulate, beautiful lawyer anymore. She's not that same articulate, beautiful lawyer anymore that had stance for black causes, black progress. No, now it's about pulling the wool over the black community's eyes. And she's getting paid very well to do it. We must not subscribe to this madness while at the same time saying, I'm not going to look upon this guy who can help me actually make some money personal money on my own. All of us want to have our own jobs and have our own money, but we'll deny it if it means looking at something that Trump may have said or done. I'm just telling you, pay attention to Truth Social, because watching it, not liking him, not voting for him, not supporting him, watching what he posts can be the difference of $1,000 or $2,000 up to $1 million or $2 million. One guy made $33 million in a span of 30 minutes yesterday. Don't ask, don't trust my word. Look it up if that will help inspire you. I hope you trust me, but seeing it is different. So look it up, and hopefully that'll inspire you to do the same. Like I say, I don't even know if this guy was a Trump supporter, but he may have been somebody smart enough to say, I don't like Trump, but his word is power. So I'm going to join or follow him on Truth or Twitter, or X. And when he make a post, if it's pertaining to the market or moves that he's doing, tariffs or anything that controls the flow of money, I'm going to follow it and act upon it. And that guy, I don't know if he was Democrat or Republican, made $33 million in a span of 30 minutes. I myself was able to take advantage of it. I made almost $5,000 in the span of 30 minutes. Could have made more. I stayed in too long. I'm telling you, get with the program. And yeah, try to be in a link of information that can bless you, that can strengthen your pockets, strengthen your economic value, strengthen your bank account, strengthen you. Sometimes we don't even feel good because we can't do anything. Feeling how we feel sometimes affect our health. You can't take your woman, you can't take your kids to a national park, can't take your woman nowhere, that you can't even take her out to dinner, and vice versa. Women want to take their daughters and their sons out to this place and that place, want to take them to parks and let them have fun. You want to get them upgrade on their shoes, you want to get them that small tablet in school. You want to do a lot, but you can't. And sometimes it irritates you. It makes you go to sleep with feelings in your stomach that you can't stand. And guess what? That affects our health. So I'm telling you, our financial position. Sometimes we can't do some things about it. I'm finna get out of here. Like I said, I am on the clock, but I did have to wait for a client.